Today I'm going to show you guys through my process of editing photos on the day-to-day. Let's get started. So first we usually open a blank Lightroom Classic catalog. I like to use Lightroom Classic just because that's what I'm used to a lot. So I'm going to import the raw files that I took on the A7 IV and import them in. So here's a raw photo that I have, and let's just use this. I'll find a good example. Here's a good example for a potential photo that we are thinking about using on the website or something for social media banner or something like that. So first I'm going to go in here. I have a bunch of presets here that I use. So I'm using this preset, which is a custom preset I built on my own. And first I'm going to apply the preset and kind of look around and see what's been going on. So obviously from the original, the sky has come out. So take that into consideration. Obviously over here has become darker. Down here the blacks have kind of come down. To me at first looks, the whites around here look a little blue. So we're gonna adjust those. First, take up my exposure. Note I do look on my Mac, not my monitor because of the colors. So I'm gonna look at the exposure at full blast on my thing, on my computer. And I'm going to look at the whites. I like to max them out and min them out as well to see what I have in my shot overexposed. I like to do that with exposure too. So not much looks overexposed other than this down here. And just do a simple Control Z and you can see that was definitely overexposed. So I'm going to put this right about 75 for now. And I'm going to kind of just go down the line. Obviously don't want to have my shadows too blown out because it wouldn't look too realistic. So I'm going to go down here actually into my, I like to sometimes collapse this to make the image bigger. I'm going to go down into the grading section, into the color wheels, and kind of see what's going on. With this, look at my histogram and gauge what's going on. Make sure these aren't too out or that sort of thing. Sometimes I like to get it crisp, so I'm gonna actually go back up to my white balance. It looks a little, so sometimes I like to play around with auto, see where it's gauging. Obviously that's a little orange or yellow for my liking, so I'm going to play around with it, and this to me looks pretty good. I like that the reds up here pop and look kind of how they should essentially. And some other things that I take into consideration are the 16:9 crop, which we use for website. Make sure that sometimes the auto does a good job. I like to play around with it. But for this time, I'm going to see what this looks like. And obviously that's a little different. So we don't really like that. I like to have this centered. And for socials, obviously we'll go with 4:5 crop. So that's about all I do for these types of photos. So thanks for coming along, and yeah, that's all.